welcome back to another episode, BigRedFishDad. Another quick Halloween craft. We're adding one more thing. We built those things last year and the two tombstones this year, and we're gonna put one more, maybe two. I've got 3 more pieces of board over there. I may have some more scrap, but basically you just need some pickets, pallets, 1x4s, 1x2s, whatever you got. Any kind of extra wood. Just cut them 2 foot, 18 inches, ever how big you want to make. I'm gonna make a Frankenstein, but it could be a snowman, a scarecrow, pumpkin, whatever you want. You've seen them around. They're just the little things. You paint the face and the body and the feet if you want, or just the body and the face and put a hat on it. It's similar to the little single snowmen that we made last year. You can check those out. But anyway, this one's going to be a Frankenstein. But it's a really simple project. I'm going to put, ever how big you want. I like this shape. I think this will look cool. You could make it thicker or thinner or whatever. So, paint it black and then paint a skeleton on it, whatever you want. So it's pretty versatile and can be any kind of thing. I had these out. Babe had tore apart the old rabbit cage that we used to let them run around in the yard. So we I saved these little pieces because I was like, oh, those would be great for that project. So that's what I'm going to do. Really just, I'm going to use this side because this is some old cedar board that we had, and this is kind of smooth on this side. This side's rough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over after I get them ready, and I'll cut a couple strips just like I did on the tombstone and put a strip up at the top and a strip at the bottom just to hold them together. And then I will also make one with a hinge that will come out, so that way you can just lean it up on the ground, or I could do it like I did the candy corns and stuff and make a little thing to fit on the fence. But I'm gonna make this one where it'll stand up on its own, so you could put it on the front porch or somewhere. Okay, so I found this in my scrap pile. I'm just gonna cut it at 6 inches and use it. There's no reason to use another piece of board or anything. Will work perfectly for the back brace, and then I'll just screw a hinge through this and into the board for the leg that's gonna come out. Let's see if I can do this quickly with a handsaw without getting out the saw. Something simple like that would take longer to go ahead and set up the saw and everything else. Let me flip these over to my rough side. There against that TV frame. That should flatten them out a little bit. Since these will probably be going outside, I'm going to go ahead and use the outdoor glue. This one might end up sitting on the front porch. This is one my wife saw that she liked, so we'll see how it turns out. For this part, anything you have to hold them together. It can be a small strip. I was going to take the extra ones of these and just cut it down. But I found this in my scrap pile, and I figured it'd work just as good. And I want to save this in case I want to make a scarecrow or another, like a Mrs. Frankenstein. I don't remember what her name was, but just any kind of scrap to hold them together. Okay, so that's all there is to that. Got it put together, and then I'll find a hinge for the thing. What I meant, so that you'll have it set up like this, right? So actually I changed my mind on how I wanted to set this up. So instead of putting a hinge on here with a little thing to flip out, I'm going to put one of these on there, right about right here, and then I'll just get a piece of rebar or something and pound it in the ground a little bit, and that'll hold it up for me. Okay, so that'll be for mine. And I'll just stick that in the ground like that, put a piece of stake in the ground. Okay, paint is next. And that's where, so this is the basics for the design. Keep it together, you know, just a strip of board or whatever, and then some way to set it up or put it in the ground. And you could use pickets, 1x4s, like I said in the beginning. So this is the basics. Then, to make whatever you want, Frankenstein, snowman, scarecrow, etc., just use the paint. Oh, and just in time, there she is pulling up. So she'll be able to do that and get this finished here in just a little bit.
Do you think it needs to be thicker? And then I put the little... No?
If you're like me and you're not very artistically inclined, you can always just print something off the internet, transfer it to your board, and paint by numbers after that. Luckily for me, my daughter's pretty good at all that. She's got an eye and a knack for it, so we always have her do it. Finishes it up, looks really nice. Anyway, leave some comments below on your favorite decoration or what you like to do in these kind of little simple projects. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Have a safe and happy Halloween.